Hey guys, I'm going to take you through a 10 to 15 minute natural movement flow, which is going to be working some evolutionary and primal movements that are going to be really nourishing for your body and your joints. So the first and most important natural movement that we do every day is breathing. So we're just going to spend the first minute just practicing our breath work, getting into our bodies. So starting off lying on your back, and you can bend your knees and have your feet flat on the floor. And you're going to put your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. You're just going to undo any kinks in your spine so your lower back is flat. And then we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. And as we breathe in, we inflate the belly and then the chest. And on the way out, we deflate the chest first and then the belly. So we're breathing into the bottom of the lungs and then into the top, and then exhaling, emptying the lungs from the top down. We're going to do 5 or 6 more long, slow breaths like this. Coming into our body, becoming present. And on every inhale, we're just going to try and make the breath a bit more three-dimensional. So rather than just inflating the belly upwards, we're also going to inflate it outwards and backwards as well. So when you're inhaling and filling the lungs up, we want the air to be expanding in all directions. And on the exhale, same applies, and we want to just relax all the muscles that we're not using. So the muscles in our jaw, our face, our eyebrows. We'll do 3 more breaths like this. Just try to make the exhales even longer. One more breath to fully come into the body. You're going to take your hands away, stretch your arms out wide and high and legs the same to make a starfish. So reaching all the limbs in every direction as far as they'll go. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, roll onto one side into the fetal position. Inhaling again, opening up into a starfish. Exhale, rolling over to the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale, close on the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale, fetal position on the other side. Open again. Bend the knees into the chest. And we're just going to do some circles massaging the lower back. Go for about 3 or 4 in one direction and then change to go in the other direction. And then you're going to put the hands behind the knees and you're going to rock and roll a few times up to a sit. So rolling up and down the spine, giving yourself a nice back massage. You want to make sure that the spine is rounded here so you roll smoothly rather than smashing down on the floor. And then come to a seat. So with natural movement, we have various different movement modalities. So we've just done a few there: breathing, rolling, and reaching transitions. So we're going to do a few more of these floor-based transitions, which is basically what it means is going from one position to another position. So One simple one that I like to do for the hips is starting over on one side. This is called a side bent sit. So you're sitting over to one side, both of your knees are bent. You might need to use your hands for support here, and that's totally fine. But what you want to do is make sure that you've got space for this foot in front here. So we're going to use our hands behind and then transition over to the other side. So you see, that's why it's a transition. We've transitioned from one side to the other. So we're just going to keep transitioning from side to side like this. And you can do it as smoothly as possible. And if you're able to, we can do it with no hands as well. Trying to get both knees to the floor on both sides. You'll probably find that you end up creeping forwards when you're doing it with no hands especially, so you might just need to bring the hips back a little bit every 3 reps. And then what we can do is we can just keep doing this movement, we can add extra movements to it. So for example, when we go over to this side, we might want to bring our chest to the knee and then go back, transition to the other side, do the same. Keep practicing a little bit deeper every rep. Now we maybe want to change it to lift up onto the shins on one side. So now pressing the hips forward, it's a nice hip stretch. Sitting back down smoothly, going over to the other side. Lifting the hips up like this. If you spend a lot of time sat down at a desk or in a car, this is a great way to unlock tightness in the hips. And then we can go back to the regular one, and we're just going to reach as far as you can. Go over to the other side. Reach as far as you can. So that was a seated transition. What we're going to move on to is another type of transition, which is also known as a get up. So getting up and down off the floor is a really good marker of your health, especially into older age. So the more variety of ways that you can get up and down, especially without using your hands, shows how healthy you are. So I'm going to show you one that's called a figure 4 get up. So people tend to struggle with this one a little bit, but I'm going to break it down for you. So we're going to start off with a little roll like we did at the beginning, and then we're going to cross our legs like that. So we've got one foot facing forwards and the other leg is inside, cutting in at a right angle. So it kind of looks like a figure 4. From this angle it does. So just going to practice a few rolls, just getting into that position there. Just placing the foot in the right place. And then the next step up is to get up and forwards like this. So it requires a bit of ankle mobility, a bit of hip mobility, and then we come down. And if you need to, you can use your hands to just press up like that. I find that it's easier the further forwards you have this foot. So still doing the same side, and then if you can, move into fully hands-free. If not, no worries, keep working at it. Then we'll go to the other side. So we'll just do a few foot placements, rolling back. And then if you're ready, coming up onto the shin and the knee. And if you have a look at where everything is here, I've got my foot is like underneath the knee. I'm on this shin here, and my body weight is forward. My body weight goes back, I fall back. So if you come up like this, it's not gonna work. You have to really lean forwards like this, and then eventually it becomes getting up off the floor like that. But whatever level you're at, you can practice and build up the progressions. So we're gonna make this into a little superset now, where I'm gonna give you a different exercise that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna come back to this movement after. So another classic natural movement that if you've heard of natural movement, you probably think of it to be something to do with crawling. So crawling is a really, really good full body workout. It's great for your shoulders, your wrists, your quads. And what we're going to do is just going to practice moving forwards on hands and knees. We're going to practice what's called contralateral movement. So that means when I move my right hand, I move my left leg and vice versa. So rather than moving both at the same time like this, we're going to make it so one side opens and one side closes. This is the closed side, my other side is the open side, and then they switch like that. Going backwards is harder. It's really good to learn though. If you can go backwards, then you're doing it really, really well. Next step up from this is to lift the knees off the floor and carry on with these small steps. So just going 4 or 5 steps forwards and then 4 or 5 steps back. And the key to going backwards is do short steps. So don't do a long reaching step, just do little steps like you do going forwards. When you're going backwards, just little movements with the feet, and it keeps it moving a lot easier. So you can probably tell already that that is a good workout. We're going to go back to the figure 4 get-ups now. So we can just take a little breather from the squats, from the crawling, and we'll move back into figure 4 and just staying into this low position here. Maybe you can switch sides now, and if you need to continue using your hands just to propel you forward, that's totally fine. If you're still not 100% sure about the foot position, it's like this. So when you sit and kneel in this kind of position, that's the halfway point. So you want to come sitting there to here and then standing up from there. And that's how it's an efficient natural movement, because if you're able to do that when you're 70 years old, you'd be pretty healthy, right? So we'll just do 3 more on each side, rolling into figure 4, low position. And last one. Good. And then I'm going to go back to some crawling. So you can start off again if you want to with hands and knees on the floor, or we can just go straight into the toes and the hands. And just take really small steps and focus on being as smooth and efficient as possible. And to keep the breathing. We do the breathing at the start so that when we're doing the movements, we remember to breathe properly and deeply. Then go backwards. And then one more time, forwards 6 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then backwards 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Have a rest. You can shake your hands out a little bit. So, simple as that, we've had a good workout. We've just done 2 movements. We've done a get up and we've done crawling. You can do another round of each if you like. And the last thing we're going to do to finish is another classic natural movement, which is a deep squat. So, I'm going to start off standing as easiest and then come down as low as you can. Okay, and if you can't get your heels flat on the floor, that's fine. If you need to have the heels elevated slightly, that's fine. But what I recommend is trying to get one heel down at a time and moving side to side like this. The other alternative is to do it holding on to a wall, usually leaning backwards like this. It's very helpful, but hopefully you can do a deep squat in some way, either if you're holding on or not. And then the next thing we're just going to do is some reaches up. So reaching up slowly behind you, and then hand back down, other side. We're just going to go for 3 on each side, nice and slow. One more on each side. And then you can drop the knees down, come to a sit, and if you want to, you can carry on practicing the get up, so you can practice the crawling, or you can even practice deep squatting. If you simply do those 3 exercises, you'll be working on mobility, on strength, on endurance, and your ability to get up and down off the floor and to maneuver yourself in a natural and primal way. Thanks for watching. Come back to my channel for more natural movement and yoga and mobility videos.